4. According to Matthew 4:23, he was teaching in the synagogues, preaching the gospel. Now I told you what's good news to some can be bad news to others. So when he came preaching about glad tidings of salvation, who you think that he was preaching to? Well, they'll say, well, we don't know. Because at the end of Matthew 4:23, it says among the people. See that? Blame the scholars for that. It says among the people. Come on, man. But if you study to show yourself approved, according to 2 Timothy 15, study to show yourself approved. A workman that not need to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You study Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. Isaiah 28:10. Precept must be upon precept. If you apply all these things, you will know strategically who the gospel has always been for. Because it was told who the gospel is for. Now watch this. So when it says in Matthew 4:23, he came and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing the sick and all manner of diseases among the people, that even the sick people that he was healing, even the diseased people that he was healing, whoever he put his hand on, we know they had to be Israelites. We know they had to be Israelites. We showed you in Matthew 18 earlier. Matthew 18:11, it said what? It said the Son of Man came to save, which was what? Matthew 15:24, what it said? It said, he answered and said, I'm not sent but to who? I'm sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That was his objective. So we can see directly, automatically, we can see who the sick was. Even if he did lay his hand on somebody, heal the sick, and people that had diseases, and raise the dead, we can see who they was. They all had to be Israelites. The deceased that he raised had to be an Israelite. The sick that he healed had to be an Israelite. The diseased lepers had to be Israelites. Generally, everyone that Christ went through and redeemed and healed, they had to be of his own nation. They couldn't be of another nation. Because we know that his objective, according to Matthew 15:24, was he answered and said, I'm not sent but only to what? So Christ didn't go out healing numerous of people from other different ethical backgrounds. He didn't do that. But that's what man have made Christ to be today. I told you how they perverted the gospel. I told you how they revised it. I told you how they changed it. This is the truth. This is 100% truth. We run to the lie because the truth hurts. That's why we run to the lie, because a lie means that if it's a lie being told, there must be the truth on the other side. What you're saying is the truth. This is the God-given truth. This truth hasn't been taught in America for thousands of years. We're showing you the truth according to the Bible. We're showing you what's to come. We're showing you the kingdom of heaven is at hand. This is the truth that America has failed to tell you hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay? This is the truth. The truth is not for everybody. We understand. Many can't accept the truth. We understand. Many want to continue to live the lie. We understand. We certainly understand it. All right? So, if you read the Old Testament, it'll tell you that the gospel is for Israel. I forgot actually what book it's in, but I believe it's like in Isaiah the 6th, somewhere Isaiah the 60th chapter. Ain't this around that area? Let's see. Isaiah 61st chapter. If you read Isaiah 61st chapter, it tells you that the gospel is appointed to them that mourn in Zion. It says the good tidings is to comfort all that mourn. The good tidings is to them that mourn in Zion. That's Isaiah 61st chapter. Just read that whole chapter, and it'll tell you who the gospel is for. To them that mourn in Zion. So when Jesus Christ came preaching it, did he change it? Did he change it? If Isaiah told you the gospel is for those who mourn in Zion, when Jesus Christ came, did he change it? See, that's the problem. The Messiah knew his objective. I'm going to preach what the prophet preached. I ain't preaching nothing different from what Isaiah taught. That's what the Messiah mind, that's what his mindset was. I ain't preaching nothing different from what Ezekiel taught, Jeremiah taught, Daniel taught. Isaiah told you in the 61st chapter that the good tidings was for them that mourn in Zion, to comfort those that mourn in Zion. Come on, man, if anybody been crying, it's the Jews. Jeremiah 14:2 tell you that. Judah mourning. The gospel is for those that mourn in Zion, man. So when Christ came, again, did he change the gospel? If Isaiah said the gospel was for them that mourn in Zion, did the Messiah change it? Let me show you your answer. Go to Hebrews. Go to Hebrews. Now watch this. Because if you say he changed it, I'm going to hit you with this right here. Hebrews, and let's look at we'll see that he changed. We'll see if he changed it. Let's read Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8. Give me that, Jay. Read that.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 8. Jesus Christ the same yesterday and today and forever.
Read that again.
Jesus Christ the same yesterday and today and forever.
It said Jesus Christ is what?
The same yesterday and today and forever.
That seems like Jesus Christ don't change to me. That's what the Bible says. Jesus Christ is what?
Jesus Christ the same yesterday.
Wait a minute, stop. Jesus Christ the same yesterday. What else it say?
And today.
He's the same today. He go what?
And forever.
And forever. That seems like Jesus Christ don't change. So what make you think he changed what Isaiah wrote about in the 61st chapter, where Isaiah was saying that the good news, the glad tidings, the good tidings is for those that mourn in Zion, to comfort those that mourn in Zion. When Jesus Christ came on the scene, did he change it? That's the question. Did he change the gospel? They say Jesus Christ was the founder of the Christian faith. Jesus Christ was the founder of Christianity. The Roman Catholic Church was the founder of Christianity. It's about Jesus Christ was the founder of Christianity. Jesus Christ wasn't even a Christian. Jesus Christ was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. How in the hell did the Christian faith start with him? He didn't even initiate Christianity. In fact, his name wasn't even Christ. You want to go back on that? Look it up. The word Christ didn't come on the scene until 324 AD. After 324 AD, that's when you get the word Christ. Dealing with the Council of Nicaea, Constantine. He the one gave you Christ. Before 324 AD, nobody knew what that was. Because he was not a Christian. They say, well, how you know Christ was a Christian? Shall we go to it again? What did Christ say concerning Deuteronomy 6:4? Was all this? What did Christ say concerning Deuteronomy 6 and 4? What book, chapter, and verse that we read when he was telling the people? He said this is the first commandment. And then he went into say, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Where we was at when we started off with that? We wasn't in no Matthew. It wasn't even in Matthew. Huh? What book, chapter, and verse? Huh? There's a lot to remember out here, ain't it? What book, chapter, and verse? See, if y'all were home, I'd have y'all against the wall again. Huh? We'll be playing that same old game again. Let you ride with this time. But I just brought that up because when he said, Hear, O Israel, he said this is the first commandment. When he said, Hear, O Israel, he was letting you know right then he wasn't a Christian. He was an Israelite talking to his people. What is Christianity? What is Christianity? That's a religion. Jesus Christ didn't have religion. Jesus Christ kept commandments according to the Torah. When he was talking to his people, those weren't Christian principles. When Jesus Christ was talking to his people, those were principles based on the laws of Moses. Those were Torah principles. Jesus Christ didn't invent Christianity. Neither was he the founder of Christian faith. But that's what the commentaries tell you. Jesus Christ was an Hebrew Israelite from what tribe? The tribe of Judah. Did he keep religion or commandments? So that automatically that let you know he wasn't a Christian. See how easy that is? People so silly, man. They tell you he the one that initiated Christianity. Founder of the Christian faith. Lord have mercy. If Jesus Christ was here today, he wouldn't want you to follow Christianity or any religion. Because you see where it got us following it. You see where it got us following it. Look around today and see what following religion done to the minds of these people. Look around today and see what following religion done to the mind of our people. They took a man that was set on redeeming his people from bondage to sin, internationalized the man, and not say he came to redeem all mankind. I'm talking about totally change Jesus' mission from what the Bible says he came to do. They just totally changed it. Somebody got to pay for that, man. They totally changed. Piss me off every time I talk about it. They totally changed the mission of Christ. Oh, no, he didn't do that. He came preaching the gospel. Yep. I can cut you down right fast. He came preaching the gospel. But what Isaiah said, who the gospel was to? Huh? Jesus Christ healed whoever desired wanted to be healed. Jesus Christ healed whoever was seeking to be healed. Jesus Christ healed I'm talking about he wasn't biased on who he healed. He wasn't respected on who he healed. But wait a minute. He sure was respected in Matthew 15:24 when he said, what he say? I'm not come but to what?
Come to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
But unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You sure respected on that? That's what the man said. He said it. If anybody I've come for, it's Israel. But he was respected on that. Huh? Give me Matthew 9:35, Ross, and read it. You about out of here. You finna go, y'all. You finna go.
Matthew chapter 9 and verse.
Matthew 9:34, let's get it.
Matthew chapter 9 and verse 34.
Come on.
It says, but the Pharisees said, but the Pharisees said,
he casted out
the
devils
devils through the prince of the devils.
Go ahead.
Verse 35.
Uh-huh.
And Yahushua went about the cities.
Yahushua, so when he was casting these devils out, these individuals, he did what?
He went all the cities
He went throughout all the cities, come on.
and village and teaching the synagogues
He teaching, still teaching in the synagogues. Read on.
and preaching the gospel of the kingdom.
Preaching the gospel of the kingdom. So he went out preaching the gospel of the kingdom. Go ahead.
And healing every sickness and every disease
Among the people. See what they did? That's the problem. That's the problem. That's men. The people. And healing the people. The people of who? The people of Israel. That's what it said. They took up Israel out of it and left the people there. They can't fool me. You can see it. When you in the spirit, God gonna show you what they took out. I can bet you you'll find $1. It said the healing the people of Israel. And they took up Israel out. That's what it said. So now it says the people. What man have done? Change the mission of Christ. See that? Don't think these people not slick, man. It told you in Genesis how the Edomite rock, man. For he was the most trickery and treacherous one of all, the beasts of the field. You can't look at that and see that said the people of Israel. You can't look at that and see that didn't say the people of Israel. Because the Old Testament ain't got no problem with reiterating the children of Israel, children of Israel, children of Israel, people of Israel, the people of Israel. But when it gets to the New Testament, the people. Let me tell you what these wicked scholars did. These wicked scholars had field day with this Bible, revising this Bible. And when they felt content that they should release this, that they should release this awful revised King James version, when they felt content about releasing that, then they put it out to the masses of the people. Say, now go by. After they don't tweak and turn and revise everything and took out, omitted certain verses and book chapters and verses and misplaced, rearranged, twisted, all kind of stuff. And after they felt content, now y'all can go by. Boy, they gonna pay for that. Because guess what? We'll never allow y'all to get the gospel as long as we ain't changed the mission of Christ. See, we can't give it to you until we change the mission of Christ. Say that Jesus Christ said that he was God in the flesh. He never said it. He said he was Son of God. I'm surprised they ain't take that out. They left that in. They tried to make it seem like it though. Give me Matthew 11 and 5. I'm showing y'all all this stuff. We about to go. We about to go. Been pretty good over there. Matthew 11 and 5. What it say?
The blind receive their sight.
It say what?
The blind receive their sight.
I just went and tell them up. I got it. It say what?
The blind receive their sight.
The blind receive their sight. Go ahead.
And the lame walk. And the lepers are cleansed. And the deaf hear. And the dead are raised up. And the poor have the gospel preached to.
And the poor had a what preached to?
Gospel preached to.
The poor had a what preached to?
Gospel preached
Now
to.
what it said in Isaiah 61st chapter, who the gospel for? See what I'm saying? The poor have the gospel preached to.